You walk into the gym, your hood is pulled up, your headphones are securely in place, your eyes are locked dead ahead. Around you, there's the familiar crash of heavy iron, there's the echo of forced small talk.
There is the chaotic energy of a crowded room, but you are not really in that room, are you?
You are moving inside a completely soundproof, invisible bubble, a fortress of absolute silence. People watch you. They see the unwavering focus. They notice that you never ask for a spot. You never linger by the water cooler. You follow your program with a quiet, almost intimidating obsession. This is the hidden psychology of people who always train alone. If you ask the world, they have a very simple label for you. Society looks at your solitary routine and calls you antisocial. They might call you a lone wolf, arrogant, or just fiercely independent. But that is a deeply lazy read of who you actually are. Because this is not arrogance. This is a brilliant adaptation. Your preference for isolation in the gym has nothing to do with hating people. It has everything to do with how your nervous system learned to find safety. Someone whose nervous system gets overstimulated by the energetic demands of others. For you, solitude is their baseline for safety, not a hatred of people. You are not antisocial, you are simply exhausted. To understand why you train this way, we have to look far beyond the weight room. We have to look at a mind that had to predict the unpredictable in childhood to stay safe. Think about who gravitates toward total self-reliance. It is almost always the person who learned very early on that depending on others is a massive risk. Maybe you grew up in a chaotic environment. Maybe the adults who were supposed to protect you were volatile, absent, or emotionally unavailable. You learned a heartbreaking lesson long before you were ready for it. You learned that if you want something done, you have to do it yourself. If you rely on someone else, they will eventually let you down. This is why a training partner canceling at the last minute isn't just a minor annoyance for you. It is a profound trigger. You locked the painful memories in the basement, but the ghost still lives in your nervous system, rattling the pipes every time someone gets too close. So you adapted. You became a master of your own variables. If you don't rely on anyone, you cannot be disappointed. If they control the environment, they prevent the trauma of being caught off guard again. In the gym, there is no negotiation, there is no waiting. There is just you, the cold iron, and the absolute certainty that the outcome depends entirely on your own effort. But there is another layer to your solitary routine. Let's talk about the exhaustion of simply being perceived. For your entire life, you have been highly attuned to the emotions of everyone around you. You are not just in the room, you are the thermostat. You constantly read the temperature of everyone's mood and adjust yourself to keep the room from catching fire. Psychology calls this a Fawn response, someone who learned that their safety depended on managing the moods of volatile adults. The nervous system says, if I make the threat, the other person, happy, they won't attack me. I will abandon myself to keep you around. It takes a staggering amount of energy to survive like that. You've spent so long blending into the colors of what other people need you to be that when you look in the mirror, you don't even know your own original color anymore. When you train with someone else, the workout becomes a performance. You have to manage their pace, their energy, their expectations. You have to worry about whether you are lifting enough or moving fast enough or making them wait. For a nervous system that is already hypervigilant, an external audience does not motivate you. It deeply overwhelms you. The headphones are not just playing music, they are a boundary. They are a flight response. They allow you to run away from the exhausting demands of human connection without physically leaving the room. And this brings us to the most important truth of all. The gym, for you, is not about aesthetics. It is not about looking a certain way or showing off or building an impressive physique for the world to admire. It is pure, unfiltered emotional regulation. It is the one place where the war is put on pause. You carried a tremendous silent burden every single day. They hold down jobs, pay bills, and take care of others. They are often seen by society as the strong one, the therapist friend, the overachiever, or the fiercely independent lone wolf. You are holding up the sky so that it doesn't crush the people you love, but no one asks how your shoulders are doing. Every time you grip the barbell until your knuckles turn white, you are physically manifesting that invisible weight. The repetitive motion, the counting, the heavy breathing. Your body is doing exactly what it was designed to do: survive. You are holding the weight. You are discharging the anxiety, the anger, the unspoken grief that you cannot safely express anywhere else. If someone were to step into your space, if someone were to interrupt that sacred rhythm, they wouldn't just be ruining a workout. They would be stripping away your armor. They would be taking away the very survival mechanism that keeps you from unraveling. But here's the heartbreaking paradox of the solo trainer. The armor you built to survive the battlefield of your childhood is now weighing you down in peacetime. The very defense mechanisms that kept you safe, the very strategies that helped you survive the chaos, are now the exact things keeping you profoundly isolated. I want you to think back for a moment. Think back to when you were small. Think about the exact moment you realized that your sadness, your fear, or your needs were just too much for the adults around you. Do you remember the day you decided to stop asking for help? You probably looked around at the chaos or the emotional unavailability, and you made a silent vow to yourself. You decided you would never be a burden. You decided you would figure it all out on your own. You became the strong one, the one who fixes things, the one who never needs a spotter in the gym and never asks for a shoulder to cry on in life. It was a brilliant strategy for a child in a chaotic environment. It kept you safe. It kept you from being disappointed. But you are not that little kid anymore. You are an adult now, with choices and power you didn't have as a child. You are running outdated survival software in a safe environment. You are surviving a threat that is no longer in the room. I know how heavy that hyper-independence is. I know how exhausted you are from carrying the burden alone. You feel profoundly lonely even in a crowded room because nobody knows the real you. Only the curated, highly managed version you present to stay safe. I see how heavy that is. You can put it down now. You are safe here. You do not need to fix yourself. You are not broken. You are not deeply flawed. Your nervous system has been working overtime to protect you, and it is incredibly tired. I want you to pause and just thank your nervous system for doing its job. It kept you alive. It made you capable. It gave you the discipline to show up to that gym every single day. But healing is realizing that the war is over. I am not telling you to suddenly change who you are. I'm not telling you to force yourself to train with a group tomorrow or to completely let go of your routines. Do not tear down the wall until you understand why it was built. You don't have to tear down the whole fortress today, but maybe just for today, you can leave the gate unlocked for the right person. Healing is not about fixing. It is a choice to slowly put down the heavy armor. It is an invitation to soften, to lower the drawbridge just an inch, to let someone else hold the weight for a moment so you can finally catch your breath. If you are listening to this and you feel something shifting in your chest, it is because you finally feel seen. You are not alone in this feeling. There is an entire silent army of us out there, walking into gyms with our headphones on, carrying weights much heavier than the iron on the bar. I don't make these videos for the algorithm. I make them for people like us, the highly functional, deeply exhausted ones. If this resonated with your quiet struggles, consider subscribing, leave a comment, and share your story below. We see you. We understand your silence. Thank you for watching, and thank you for finally letting your armor rest.